Zionism.
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 A political movement, an ideology, or an ethno-nationalist vision based on supremacy. To understand it, we go back to 1897, the birth of Zionism. Before Israel existed, a group of European Jews gathered to develop a vision that would change history.
Zionism is a movement that started around 150 years ago. That's just really recently, relatively recently. And it's a movement of people who were totally estranged from the Jewish religion. They weren't practicing the religion as a whole.
The founder of Zionists, his name was Theodor Herzl from Vienna, Austria. He don't believe in God, he don't believe in nothing. The Judaism is completely a religious movement, have nothing to do with any nationality, with any materialistic thing.
Zionism was different. It was a political and nationalist movement that used historical Jewish narratives and biblical mythologies, as well as anti-Semitism, to justify colonization and create a Jewish state in Palestine at any cost.
They realized in order to get a lot of massive support from the world, evangelistic Christians, Jews who don't know the Torah, don't know their laws, who don't practice the laws. So they knew they'll go to Palestine and they'll be able to tell everybody, oh, this is the God-given land to the Jewish people. They automatically started breaching and transgressing the laws of the Torah, not to kill and not to steal, not to oppress a people, because they wanted to make their national home in a land that was inhabited by the Palestinian people.
From the start, Zionism necessitated killing, stealing, and oppressing, actions that go against core Jewish teachings.
They declared themselves a Jewish state, and if anybody stood up against them, they said, because you hate the Jews and you're an anti-Semite.
When the ideology was put into action beginning in the late 19th century, Palestinians were killed and violently displaced, and Jewish settlers seized their land and replaced them. There was no coexistence, only ethnic cleansing and control.
The Zionist movement and the Israeli government being nothing but a settler colonial imperialist system that is trying to replace us with Jewish immigrants from outside, to kick us out of our country, to conduct ethnic cleansing.
In Zionism, total victory means no Palestinians, and no resistance to colonization, land theft, Jewish supremacy, and total cultural erasure.
What is total victory? Within the realm of, in the framework of Zionism, total victory is ethnic cleansing. It's the completion of the genocidal process that began in 1948, which can deliver them an ethno-religiously pure state free from these indigenous contaminants.
It starts early in classrooms. History rewritten, symbols saluted, indoctrination, over-education.
And then when you get to high school, you start literally learning how to be a soldier already with the age of 16. Once you finish high school, you're supposed to quite immediately, as soon as possible, with 18, go to the army. It's obligatory. I don't even remember using the words Palestinians in school. Arabs was there, and they're always some kind of in a context of being our enemies, where I would say that the word closely to Palestinians, we have the word, so in the Bible it says Plishtim. So these were also our enemies. And then I think the connection that I would make as a kid, when I started hearing the word Palestinians, I connected it, the connotation was to these Plishtim from the Bible, who were our enemies. So you learn specifically about the heritage of Judaism, but it's all Zionism actually. That's another thing as an adult, that I had to relearn Judaism when I came out of Israel.
Today in Palestine's Gaza, the Zionist ideology is manifesting its most natural state, one of extreme, lawless brutality. Palestinians are being murdered, starved, and stripped of every basic right.
There is a genocide. They have killed 18,000 children. They have declared a full closure. Over the closure, no food, no water, no electricity, no fuel, with the determination to punish the Palestinian people, to target the Palestinian people. This might lead to creating the conditions of life that would be physical and biological destruction for Palestinians.
On each gurney was 3 to 5 kids, almost exclusively kids. 90% of our new admissions were kids. and there'd be 15, 20 kids coming in at the end of every bombing. A third were dead by the time they got to us. A third would die in front of us. And a third we'd take to the operating room. And most of them would die. No kid gets shot twice by mistake by a sniper. It doesn't happen by mistake. They were deliberately targeted. And that's not beyond a war crime, that's targeted assassinations. And it helps me formulate my opinion of what's really occurring in Gaza.
How is this genocidal system flourishing? Billions in US aid, year after year.
I think there's not only an effort within the military and our government institutions, but it's an effort by the media, by our executive branch, legislative branch. I mean, even local state governments. I think every institution at this point has a level of corruption that keeps us censored to the truth and reality of what's actually happening. Fox News, CNN, even MSNBC, all of these news organizations have been censoring the truth.
Netanyahu hasn't been condemned by the American government. The American government hasn't sanctioned Netanyahu. In fact, they have doubled down.
One telephone call can stop all wars. Israel cannot thrive without American taxpayer paid for bombs. That's all it would take.
Meanwhile, 1.25 million Palestinians face catastrophic hunger in Gaza. Aid remains blocked. Families are starving.
This dictatorship, they really have no limits, and if they could, they would starve all the Palestinians to death. And actually what they tried to do for 20 months, they destroyed all the aid system, they destroyed the water sewage system, they destroyed all the capacity of the Palestinian people to remain alive in that region.
Over in Palestine's occupied West Bank, apartheid defines daily life.
I don't have any right, in the contrary of the Israeli settlers who live close to my house illegally. They have more rights than me in my own neighborhood. They are under the Israeli civilian law with full civilian rights and political rights, and we, the Palestinians, who are living, in our land, we don't have any rights, basic rights. We don't have enough water, enough electricity.
But Palestinians refuse to leave. Staying is resisting. Resistance against a system that silences and suppresses an entire people.
Palestinians are staying and remaining because for us, it's about that remaining in the land is a kind of resistance, and we call it all the time, existence is resistance.
We mobilize to stop the genocide, we mobilize to defeat Zionism, to defeat imperialism, to create a better society for every human being and every being on this planet. It's our task to do so.
The Zionists ignoring everything about the Jewish belief. In the Jewish belief, the state of Israel will control them 100%.